So WTSA is the World Telecommunication Standardization Assembly. It was initially planned to be in Hyderabad, India in November 2020. However, due to COVID, we had to postpone it once and then twice. And then we will actually have it from the 1st to the 9th of March this year here in Geneva at the CICG. The WTSA will be preceded by the Global Standardization Symposium. And this year, the GSS is on the theme of international standards to enable digital transformation and achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Again, you see the important developmental agenda in our standards development work. WTSA, the main decisions that we'll be taking, first of all, is the election of the leadership team for our study groups. We have 11 study groups ranging from fiber optic standards to video coding standards to numbering, tariffs, environmental issues, signaling protocols, Internet of Things and smart cities. All of these 11 study groups, plus the Telecom Standards Advisory Group leadership team will be elected at the Assembly. And so we have received many nominations from both member states and sector members. The TSB director, myself, and the heads of delegation are working to come up with a slate of leadership, and that will be agreed at the head of delegation meeting. That is probably one of the very important decisions will be made at the Assembly. The other is we received a number of new resolutions, a new proposal for resolutions. One that deals with artificial intelligence. Another deals with the importance of the private sector and industry in the work of ITU. A number of proposals on COVID and post-COVID management and the use of ICTs in managing a pandemic and including having virtual meetings and platforms like the one we're using today. But overall, we don't believe there is really major controversial issues. Many of the topics have been looked at the TSAG, the Telecom Standards Advisory Group, in preparation for the Assembly. And then we have some resolutions that might be updated. Some of the cybersecurity resolutions might be updated, for example. But if there is consensus, great, we will update them. If there is no consensus, then there is no change. The current resolutions would be maintained. This topic was discussed at length in study group 13 and 11 last year. And there was no consensus to adopt these new questions and no consensus to propose them at the Assembly. And going through the various contributions from the regional organizations and member states, we haven't seen any new proposals on this topic. So for us, that is not an issue at the moment. That is going to be discussed at WTSA. In terms of openness, there has been a decision that all input documents to the Assembly are publicly open. So those could be consulted, all the contributions. And there's also a decision that all the output documents are consulted. So the only documents that might be restricted to the membership during the Assembly are the work in progress, because they're not final, and it would be inappropriate to release them outside of the members who are negotiating those documents. So from that perspective, the Assembly is quite open. We have remote participation at the Assembly for all of the members that are duly registered. So I think with those elements, WTSA will be quite an open platform for facilitating access to anyone who could be part of the memberships and the delegations.